Hello everyone. Welcome back to Learn English Story Guy. Today, I have a true story for you. A story that changed my life forever. It is called The Day a Stranger Saved My Life with One Simple Act. Let's begin. My name is Alex. And this happened 3 years ago. I was 25 years old. And life felt very heavy. Every morning, I woke up tired. Even before I opened my eyes. I worked in a small office, typing numbers into a computer all day. The job paid my bills, but it gave me no joy. My friends were busy with their own lives, and my family lived far away. I felt alone, truly alone. One rainy Tuesday, I left the office at 6 o'clock. The sky was dark gray, and the rain fell hard. I walked to the bus stop, holding a small black umbrella. Water splashed on my shoes, and my socks became wet. I stood under the bus shelter, waiting, waiting, waiting. The bus was late. 15 minutes late. Then 20. I checked my phone. No messages. No missed calls. My battery showed only 5%. A cold wind blew, and I shivered. I thought about my tiny apartment, the dirty dishes in the sink, the empty fridge. I thought about tomorrow. Another day of the same work. My chest felt tight, like someone was pressing on my heart. I closed my eyes for a second, and tears mixed with the rain on my face. I whispered to myself, I can't do this anymore. The bus finally arrived, but it was full. People pushed inside, and the driver closed the door. I stood outside, watching the bus drive away. The next bus would come in 30 minutes. Maybe more. I looked around. The street was empty. Only rain and streetlights. I felt smaller than ever. I decided to walk home. It was only 20 minutes. I put my phone in my pocket, pulled my coat tighter, and started walking. The sidewalk was slippery, and puddles reflected the orange lights. I passed clothes shops, a bakery, a pharmacy, a small park. My mind was loud, full of dark thoughts. I crossed the big bridge over the river. The water below looked black and deep. I stopped in the middle of the bridge and leaned on the cold metal rail. The rain hit my face, and I stared down. I don't know how long I stood there. Maybe 5 minutes. Maybe 10. Cars passed behind me, their lights flashing red and white. I felt empty, like a cup with no water. I thought, if I just climb over, everything will stop. My hands touched the wet rail, and I lifted one foot. That's when I heard a voice, soft but clear. Hey, are you okay? I turned my head. A stranger stood a few steps away. He wore a green raincoat and held a red umbrella. His face was kind, with small wrinkles near his eyes. He looked about 60 years old, maybe older. I opened my mouth, but no words came out. He stepped closer, slowly, like he understood. You look cold, he said. Would you like half of my umbrella? I stared at him, confused. Half of his umbrella? He smiled. A small, gentle smile. Come. Stand here. The rain is strong tonight. I don't know why, but I stepped toward him. He moved the umbrella so it covered both of us. The rain stopped hitting my head, and I felt warmer. We stood in silence for a moment, just breathing. Then he spoke again. My name is Tom. I walk this bridge every evening. I nodded, still quiet. He continued. Tonight the river looks angry, doesn't it? I looked down. The black water moved fast. Yes. I whispered. My first word. Tom reached into his pocket and pulled out a small paper bag. I bought cookies from the bakery. Chocolate ones. He said, would you like one? He opened the bag, and the sweet smell filled the air. I hesitated, then took one cookie. It was still warm. I bit into it, and chocolate melted on my tongue. For the first time that day, I felt something good. We ate cookies under the red umbrella. Strangers on a bridge. Tom asked, "Do you live nearby?" I told him about my apartment. 5 minutes past the bridge. He nodded. I live on the other side. But I like this walk. He pointed to the city lights across the river. See those lights? Each one is someone's home. Someone's story. I looked at the lights. Hundreds of them. Twinkling in the rain. Tom said, "Some nights I feel small too. But then I remember. Every light matters." His words were simple, but they touched my heart. I finished my cookie, and he offered another. I took it. The rain slowed to a drizzle. Tom closed the empty cookie bag and put it in his pocket. He looked at me, straight in the eyes. "Alex," he said. He remembered my name. Tonight is hard, but tomorrow can be different. I felt tears again, but this time they were warm. He continued. One small thing. One cookie. One umbrella. Can change everything. I nodded, unable to speak. Tom smiled. I walk here every evening at 7. If you ever want company. He stepped back, opened his umbrella fully for himself, and started walking. I watched him go, his green coat bright under the streetlight. He turned once, waved, and disappeared around the corner. I stood alone on the bridge, but I didn't feel empty anymore. The rain had almost stopped, and the air smelled fresh. I looked at the river again. It still moved fast, but it didn't scare me. I put both hands in my pockets, felt cookie crumbs, and smiled. I turned away from the rail and walked home. That night, I took a hot shower, washed the dishes, and charged my phone. I opened my notebook, something I hadn't touched in months. I wrote 3 words. Tomorrow is different. I slept without nightmares. For the first time in weeks. The next evening, I returned to the bridge at 7. Tom was there, holding his red umbrella even though it wasn't raining. He carried a new paper bag. Oatmeal cookies today, he said. We walked together, talking about small things. The weather, the bakery, his old dog. Every evening for 2 weeks, we met on the bridge. He never asked why I was sad that first night. He just showed up. One day, I told him everything. The job, the loneliness, the dark thoughts. He listened without interrupting, nodding slowly. When I finished, he said, "Thank you for trusting me. Now, let's find one small change." He suggested I join an evening painting class, something I loved as a child. I laughed. I'm not good at art. He replied, "It's not about being good. It's about feeling alive." I signed up for the class. Every Tuesday and Thursday. The first night, I was nervous. My hands shook holding the brush. But I painted a red umbrella over a bridge. And the teacher smiled. I made friends. Sarah, who loved blue colors. Mike, who always painted trees. We laughed together. And my chest felt light. I still met Tom on the bridge. But now I brought cookies too. I told him about my paintings, my new friends, my small joys. One evening, I said, "Tom, you saved my life that night." He shook his head. "No. I just shared an umbrella. You saved yourself." Months passed. I quit the office job and started teaching art to children. Their laughter filled my days, and I felt purpose. I kept painting, and even sold my first picture, the red umbrella one. Tom came to the little exhibition. He stood in front of my painting for a long time. He bought it for my living room. He said, 1 year after that rainy night, I stood on the bridge again. This time with flowers. Yellow daisies. Tom's favorite. But Tom wasn't there. I waited, then walked to his side of the river. His small house had a for sale sign. A neighbor told me Tom had passed away peacefully 2 weeks earlier. He left a note for me. The neighbor said. I opened the envelope with shaking hands. Inside was a new red umbrella and a letter. It said, Dear Alex, if you're reading this, I'm probably watching from somewhere with good cookies. Thank you for our walks, for your stories, for your light. Keep sharing umbrellas. Keep painting. Keep believing in tomorrow. You are stronger than you know. With love, Tom. I cried. But I also smiled. I opened the new red umbrella. Even though the sun was shining. I walked across the bridge, feeling Tom beside me. Now, 3 years later, I still teach art. I still paint. I still walk the bridge. Every Tuesday, I bring cookies to the bridge and share them with anyone who looks sad. I tell them Tom's words. One small thing can change everything. I have helped 5 people start painting. 3 find new jobs. 1 write poetry. The red umbrella hangs in my studio. A reminder. That rainy night, a stranger saved my life with one simple act. Sharing his umbrella. He didn't give me money or solve my problems. He gave me warmth, a cookie, and hope. And that was enough. So friends, remember this. You never know how much a small act means to someone. A smile, a kind word, a shared umbrella can save a life. Look for chances to be kind. Every day. Vocabulary from today's story. Repeat after me. Stranger. Someone you don't know. Umbrella. Thing that keeps rain off. Kindness. Being nice to others. Bridge. Road over water. Cookie. Small sweet snack. Lonely. Feeling alone. Hope. Believing tomorrow is better. Painting. Making pictures with colors. Gratitude. Saying thank you from the heart. Compassion. Caring about others' pain. drizzle, light rain, shiver, shake because cold, purpose, reason to live, exhibition, show of art, reminder, something that helps you remember, hesitate, wait because unsure, whisper, speak very quietly, puddle, small water on ground, twinkle, shine on and off, gentle, soft and kind, trust, believe someone is good, interrupt, stop someone talking, joy, big happiness, tight, not loose, melt, become liquid from heat, splash, water hits and spreads, shelter, place to stay dry, battery, phone power, wrinkle, line on skin, drizzle, very light rain, peaceful, calm and quiet, envelope, paper for letters, studio, room for art, daisies, white and yellow flowers, oatmeal, cookie with oats, poetry, beautiful words and lines, neighbor, person living nearby, exhibition, public art show, purpose, meaning in life, connection, feeling close to someone. Let's practice sentences. The stranger shared his umbrella, and I felt warm. One cookie can bring hope. On a dark night, I paint under a red umbrella. To remember kindness. Small acts create big changes. Believe it. Every evening, I look for someone to help. Repeat the title with me. The day a stranger saved my life with one simple act. Friends. This story is true. And it can be your story too. Be the stranger with the umbrella. Be the light in someone's rain. Thank you for learning English with me today. If this story touched your heart, and you want more emotional English stories every week, hit that subscribe button right now. Turn on the bell so you never miss a new video. Join our family at Learn English Story Guy, where every story helps you speak better English. feel deeper emotions, and grow kinder. Subscribe today. And let's keep learning together. See you in the next story.